Word up. It's the Snap UK. We're here. We're a little later than we originally planned, but, you know.
Shit happens.
We're doing this for free.
Yeah.
That's a fair point.
And we don't get any positive feedback.
No,
So we're not even doing it for like kind of likes or anything, are we?
No.
Just for ourselves.
We're doing it for the shits, because that's what Paul gets whenever he does it.
And giggles when we do something stupid.
Yeah. We get the giggles when Gary thought that Terry Nutkins presented the word.
I'm tired. Like, he had great hair, and
Yeah.
you know, and
Terry Nutkins
They're
had
both-
great hair, did he?
Yeah, great hair, like a toilet bowl, but
mate, it was amazing. Look it up.
You've got a laptop in front of you. Look up Terry Nutkins.
Honestly, yeah, his hair was amazing.
Yeah.
That's not great hair.
It's brilliant.
Oh,
When you said great hair, I started to question who Terry Nutkins was. I know who Terry Nutkins is, and that's not great
It depends
hair.
if you say, what you mean by great. Is it memorable?
Yeah.
Okay, it's memorable hair.
Or does memorable mean great?
No.
Sometimes.
No.
Depends in what context.
Yeah. Great doesn't always mean amazing.
When
People
you
call
try and-
the Great War
Yeah.
doesn't mean it was fucking great to be in. No, it was a notable event.
Yeah.
And that is a notable
He
haircut.
put a fucking wildlife on the map with that hair.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. It's more Michaela Strachan for me to put wildlife on the map. We've gone well off course here, and it's only just started.
Yeah. Luckily.
James's childhood crush, Michaela Strachan.
Absolutely.
Yeah. She was great, though. So, we were meant to do one last week, but
Life got in the way.
life gets in the way. And life continues to get in the way because there's just me, Jim, Gary here this week. We're back, though, in the doghouse.
Hey.
How's your back, Jim?
It's good, thank you. Every day, getting a little bit better.
You'll be marathon running by the end of the month.
No. Not doing that again.
He'll be in his ice bath.
Yeah. Half marathon running.
I have cleaned out the ice bath.
Yeah, there you
Yes,
go.
nice.
Refilled it, so yeah, that's...
What's more important is whether you've fucking cleaned out your fire cage.
Yeah, that's ready to go.
That's ready to go.
Nice.
That's more
But
important.
I don't leave that messy over the winter.
He's got his priorities right. I like this guy.
The grills could probably do a bit of de-rusting.
Yeah.
So, we'll start off with some news before we go and have a late look at the draft. So, there's been some wide receiver news because it's mid-May, early May, nothing happens. So, Titans have signed Tyler Boyd, who, goes from being the wide receiver 3 at Cincinnati to being wide receiver 2 at Titans.
Potentially free.
Yeah.
I mean, he's better. I do like Tyler Boyd.
Let's say this is only on the running order because you like Tyler Boyd. I would not even say
no.
that is news.
I think that's news. I'm surprised he wasn't snapped up before.
Yeah, there's been some worse players picked up.
He'd be a decent second wide receiver. And considering
He clearly hasn't been, has he?
well, considering the amount of wide receiver needy teams there are out there, I'm surprised someone hasn't.
You guys fall in love a little bit with wide receivers, I think.
I just think, like, if Curtis Samuel's getting picked up,
Exactly.
then Tyler Boyd can get picked up.
They've got more yards in their career.
Probably Tyler Boyd.
Tyler Boyd, probably.
reckon?
Possibly. I'm not going to look it up because I don't want to know.
There is a plethora of wide receivers that are just bang average.
Oh, yeah.
And I've got the word plethora in as well.
Nice, thank you.
Excellent, yeah.
Bring some class.
Tyler Boyd's had 6,000 career yards. Remember that?
Right.
Okay.
Talk about yourselves.
No.
And
We're built in the pressure, mate.
And Curtis Samuel's had 3,383.
So almost double.
Are they contextable? Are they years? Are they like? There's no how many games? How many receptions?
Well, I imagine.
307.
Let's not get into it. Well, yeah. So yeah,
All right, no worries.
bring it up because it was the latest signing. Also,
worries, John, no worries.
also signed Odell Beckham Jr. for Tyler Boyd money. Gets a year at the Dolphins where he will be wide receiver 3.
Yeah.
A bit more appropriate money than what he got last year because that looked by the end of the season like a bad
Do
contract.
you like this signing? Because I do not.
I don't. I think if you could get the Odell Beckham that played for the Rams great.
He's
But that's 4 years ago.
I'm indifferent to it.
Yeah.
They've got two really good wide receivers. I think in that offense, a wide receiver 3 behind, and realistically behind the running backs as well. I don't think he's going to see much action.
Yeah.
No.
It could be a slightly different option from the pure pace that Waddle and Tyreek Hill have. But yeah, it's a nothing signing for me.
Odell, when he can get on the field, which has been a struggle for him, and ever since he came back from that, really bad injury, he's never really done a season since.
No.
So you got that. Does Beckham? So if he's got injury issues, so what is the major issue in Miami?
They get to the end of the season and they all fall apart.
Still fucked. Yeah.
So how does that help?
No.
Doesn't.
And
It's the noise you get
he's
with
struggled
Odell
in
Beckham as well.
Baltimore. Miami can play in the sun, but they can't play in the cold. So does it help with that?
No, like I said, I'm indifferent to it. I'm not.
I think it's all just for hype.
I think
it's all just for hype.
Yeah.
They'll probably get that money back in shirt sales. That's all it is.
Yeah,
I think I'm not sure how wise having a locker room of Tyreek Hill and his 83 children. What did he say? He fathered 10 children last year.
What?
You not seen that?
No.
Tyreek Hill, quite open that he might have fathered 10 children last year. Basically, he's got so much money, he doesn't fucking care about the child support, so he's just banging whatever.
He got married last year.
I don't think she's had 10 babies.
No. Well,
So I'm not sure how that locker room with those egos
Yeah.
goes down either. So
as well, you also get Odell Beckham's dad, who spent the game after the playoffs going, well, you lost because you didn't throw to my son. And you're like, well, actually, Mr. Beckham, you probably have noticed that we haven't been throwing to your son for quite a while because he's shit.
Yeah, Beckham's dad always seems to get in the way.
But yeah, and podcast favourite, DJ Shark, his son with the Chargers, where he will bring his collection of injuries to a Chargers offense, which is used to playing with injured wide receivers.
The wide receiver room there is
That's appalling, isn't it?
pretty wank.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. We'll get into because we'll do a thing before the season starts of teams that are looking lacking at certain positions. But yeah, Chargers are they're due for a year of pain, I think.
I don't know. Okay, yes, the wide receiver room isn't great, but Harbaugh's never relied on good wide receivers.
Well, no, and they just drafted some good O-linemen as well, so they can keep Herbert from getting battered all the time.
Absolutely.
Then we'll find out, won't we?
They've got two good tackles with Joe Alt. I mean, he's a man monster, huge.
We'll get into him.
Yeah.
Good luck with that.
Yeah.
And I think actually, they got rid of Mike Williams and Allen, didn't they?
Yeah.
And they're both injury prone. The last couple of years, and both into their 30s now, so past their prime. I love Keenan Allen.
Yeah,
I've been a big fan for years. I think he's been underrated for a lot of his career. He's done so much. He was on course for a huge number of catches last year.
Yeah.
Before he got injured, but are you going to keep paying him? So actually, you've got to give the new coach some space, haven't you?
It's the old adage that Brian Clough used to say: get rid of someone a year too early rather than a year too late. And I think that's exactly what they've done with both those wide receivers.
It's just sadly that it's the exact opposite for their defenders. Who, they have kept it probably a year too late. But yeah, it's you can't have nobody. Zeke has signed for the Cowboys.
Do you know why?
Keep Dak happy.
Because Jerry Jones told everyone which was the best running back to go and take, so then the Panthers traded up and took him.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah.
You're right.
Did you hear? Have you heard the news conference?
I haven't heard this, but
I basically came out saying this guy had the best interview ever. Essentially,
he was really open about it, wasn't he?
literally before they picked him.
Oh, Jerry.
So I think
the guy was going a bit senile.
I think the Cowboys are going to have a tough year. They ended last season as a proper contender. They should have been. Yeah.
Yep.
Regular season.
What have they gone, 12-4 the last 3 years?
Something ridiculous. I think.
But we were all saying Mike McCarthy is in trouble. at the end of last year.
I don't agree with that.
Well, at the end of last year, I thought he was in trouble. This is his last year of his contract.
I don't think it's Mike McCarthy. I have to admit, I don't.
There is some talent on that team. So
there is, and he's getting them to 12-4, isn't he?
Yeah.
So what's going on in the playoffs?
And I get that.
He bottles it.
Yeah, they do, but they're up against, who are they losing to?
They're losing to good teams.
That's what I mean. It's
Who did they lose to this time?
Was it the Packers?
Yeah.
'cause
Jordan
and the
Love.
Packers lost to.
You.
Oh, sorry. But
not you. The Niners.
But that's my point, isn't it? I think the Cowboys are not actually Super Bowl contenders.
No.
Yeah?
They're flat track bullies.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So they're not the Eagles, they're not the Niners, they're not the Bills, they're not the Chiefs, are they? So they're not quite in that level.
No, the next league down.
Second tier, isn't it?
So Mike McCarthy's getting them to 12-4. Some years he might win one playoff game. Some years they might win none.
Yeah.
They've lost their defensive coordinator as well.
That's
year.
where the roster is. I don't think Mike McCarthy's doing a bad job. He's not, is he? He's no Jeff Fisher.
I do feel like as well, like from an attacking minded coach, they give him nothing. Like I know they've got CeeDee Lamb, but they've now got CeeDee Lamb playing without he's got last year of his contract. They've got Dak on the last year of his contract. They've got Micah Parsons on the last year, and you're like, you just spend the whole time.
Dak who struggles from the money he's on.
Yeah, apparently he does. Yeah,
Does struggle sometimes on that.
That was ridiculous.
50 odd million or whatever he's on.
Yeah, but once you get the tax, that's only like 25 million.
Is Texas a heavy taxing state?
I've no
I must
idea.
have missed that.
I've no idea.
I don't think it's Boston, is it?
No.
Texas does not have income tax.
There you go.
That's what
Fuck
I'm
you.
saying. So I'm saying it's not New England where the tax is much higher.
Yeah.
Well, fuck you, Dak.
Struggling on his 40 million a year.
More than that, isn't it, this year?
Yeah.
It's fucking huge this year.
Worse
That's why they couldn't cap him. They couldn't cut him because he's just fucking...
I don't think they want to, but yeah. Because I don't even know who they've got. Just Trey Lance behind him, isn't it?
Just a slightly cooler Jared Goff, isn't he? That's all he is.
Yeah. But yeah, so fifth year options.
He's
absolutely.
I've
I've always said he's Kirk Cousins, he's Jared Goff. He's fine as a quarterback, but he's never gonna. He's not the quarterback that will lead the team to victories. He's the quarterback that will be there with the team in victory. Do you know what I mean? He's not that Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes, who you go into 2-minute warning, 6 points down. You're like,
the youngest.
If it's Patrick Mahomes, you're like, all right, got this.
Yep.
If it's Tom Brady, all right, got this. If it's Dak Prescott, you're like, ooh.
Who would you take, Jared Goff or Prescott? Jared Goff has arguably achieved more.
Yeah, the way Goff
Super Bowl,
He's lost in the Super
championship
Bowl.
game.
Yeah, absolutely. The way Goff's been playing the last 2 years, probably take Goff. Absolutely.
You could,
Dak's cap hit this year, 55 million.
I told you.
40 million next year.
He's not signed next. He's not even there next year. That's how fucking mental he is.
55 million.
So
55 million for average.
They paid him a huge amount, didn't they?
yeah. So fifth year options. They're basically they had to be submitted by last week. So there were some no-brainers. It's like Trevor Lawrence, Micah Parsons, Jamar Chase. Others like Devontae Smith have already signed deals. Greg Newsome gets a fifth year. Patrick Surtain, Jalen Waddle, Rashawn Slater. These are no-brainers.
Yep.
Declined Najee Harris, who
This looks like strange.
only $6.5 million.
Yeah, I think it looks strange GMing. I don't understand that. I know he wasn't great last year, but if he...
I don't think that's on him, though. I've always said the offensive line has been woeful.
Especially
in
with
Pittsburgh.
a now run-first offensive coordinator,
Yeah.
Arthur Smith. I mean, the way they've sold it is we want to see how he gels with Arthur Smith before we commit. But I'd have...
$6 million's nothing.
It end up costing you double.
Yeah.
If he has a really good season, like 1,500 yard, he's 12 touchdowns. You're right.
He has
It's
his
gonna
rookie
cost you-
season.
Yeah. It's going to cost you more than $6 million to keep him.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Be 10 plus.
Yeah.
The Giants are spunking $9 million guaranteed on
Devin Singletary.
then that's the market.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's going to be more, isn't it? It's going to be 12. It will go. They'll just lose him.
Yeah, they will.
They'll just write him off and go, someone else can try it.
So elsewhere,
Devin Singletary is getting more guaranteed than Derrick Henry.
yeah, but what's Derrick Henry?
What's pedigree got to do
Yeah.
with their age on?
The franchise tag for running back is just under 10.1 million this year. So
Yeah,
probably be a bit more than that next year.
Yeah.
mad. So early picks that haven't been that have been declined include Zach Wilson, Justin Fields, Trey Lance.
None of these are shocks.
They're all on different teams. And another early pick that hasn't got a fifth-year option, Alex Leatherwood, because he's no longer in the league because he was a Raider. So that
is mad. And I get we see this with quarterbacks all the time, but Fields and Lance, there was a lot of noise about them, wasn't there?
Yeah. Mac Jones, he's in the same draft class. He's obviously not got a deal because he's at Jacksonville.
I saw a picture of him today, and he looks more like Snack Jones than Mac Jones.
Oh, really? Nice.
Carl Pitt's got his 50-year option.
He's been enjoying his off-season, Mac Jones.
Nice. I love
I think the report I saw referred to him as Big Mac Jones.
I saw the picture, the film of him practicing no-look passes, and the first comment was, "This guy really needs to help practice looking where he's passing because he's fucking shit."
This is one I don't get. J.C. Horn, the cornerback for the Panthers, got his 5th-year option picked up.
He's a cornerback, isn't he?
Yeah, cornerback. Yeah,
you can't let them go. Even if they're average, you can't get cornerbacks in the free market. It's really rare that cornerbacks come up. So if you've got one, admittedly, you are also, because you're a Panther, there's not much else you've got.
Saying that, Caleb Farley at the Titans, that's a no.
Yeah.
So far. Yeah. Kadarius Toney.
Well, yeah.
Kadarius Toney.
I'm amazed he's still at them.
Chiefs, yeah.
I mean, admittedly, we know why. It's because our mate Rasheed's got in trouble again, hasn't he?
Yes.
Yeah. What did he hit a photographer?
Hit a photographer.
Yeah.
So,
done.
Derek Stokes, cornerback at Packers, hasn't.
Oh, that's a bit of a surprise.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's I mean, as well. Let's not lie. It's the Panthers. Did you see a Carolina restaurant put a sign out the front of their at the place going, what's the owner? Tepper.
Yeah.
If you see this, David Tepper, please don't get involved in the draft picks this year. And he went in and had a word to be like, I'm not involved. Of course, no one believes him because it's David Tepper and he is obviously involved in their draft picks. But yeah.
Based on the fact that they traded into the first round to pick a wide receiver, which no one thought would go in the first round,
No.
I'm going to put that on David Tepper.
Yeah. I mean, I love that guy already, but we'll come into we'll talk about the draft picks. Did anyone watch the roast of Tom Brady?
I've seen clips.
I've only seen clips.
I've seen Brady, defending Robert Kraft's integrity.
Yeah.
Which was pathetic.
I saw Julian Edelman and it cracked me up, and I don't think we should mention it here.
No. There's
apparently Giselle got brought up quite a lot.
Oh, I bet, yeah.
And there was another one apparently which I heard a clip of around about crypto, the 30 million.
Nice.
And it was like not even
Gronk.
Not even Gronk. Gronk knows real money is real money. Crypto no real money. Gronk stay clear. So yeah, even Gronk knew. Fucking stay away from crypto.
Obviously it's all scripted, but Brady's joke about the Bills Mafia and the Mafia normally kiss a ring. So why the Bills Mafia called so? Because they've got no rings to kiss.
Yes, nice.
And the fact that he'd just taken the 20 million and admitted he deflated the Bills rather than spend all that money on the investigation, which was also.
So, how do you spend that money on? Don't you just weigh the balls? How expensive are your fucking weighing scales?
I think it's the lawyers that are more expensive.
Yeah. So, we'll go into the draft because that's been it's been the main thing that's happened. And we'll go through it. We'll go through some picks.
We're going to review polls.
We're not. We will. When he's here.
We had lots of fun waiting for when he was going to go, didn't we, Jim?
Yeah. What was it in the end?
165 or something, 167? John's got the spreadsheet.
I've got the spreadsheet. I can't remember what it was. It's on my work laptop.
I can't even remember what his name was.
Joe Milton.
Joe Milton. Jim's looking it up. He wants to know. Sure, it was about 167.
It was the 6th round.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, yeah.
It was a long way out.
yeah, it's 6th round, so it's a long way out.
Yeah. It's the most we've ever had as a difference.
It's like to set records.
Yeah, and I like it. Go big or go home, and he's gone big on difference there. So the one that wasn't a surprise, Caleb Williams went to the Bears.
I'd say the first 7 picks of the draft were pretty boring. In that
Yes.
nothing really happened that was unexpected. And seeing it as like at that point 2:30 in the morning, I was really questioning my decision to stay up
Yeah,
because that was tough going.
I
did not stay up.
I tried, but I've been on a project at work and it's been mental.
I made it to pick 22.
Oh, well done.
Did you have the day off the next day?
Oh yeah,
I didn't.
You're the only one that ever books it off, I think.
I
Jim.
know. Yeah,
You have done in the past, actually, haven't you?
No, but I work from home, so I
So it's not real work. COVID happened. Don't have to go to work now. It's fine.
no, I plan my day, so I don't have any meetings until the afternoon.
COVID year was actually the only year I didn't put the day off.
Yeah. So Daniels went to the Commanders, May to the Patriots. Apparently, they batted off some interest from the Giants, who wanted to trade up, but they wanted Drake May.
It's the worst situation. Out of those top 3 quarterbacks, he's in the worst situation.
Yeah,
I fear for him.
I do. Same as Marvin Harrison. So Cardinals get their Larry Fitzgerald replacement.
Yep.
Joe Alt.
Just such a Jim Harbaugh pick. That.
But I just love the picture, like the video of him getting the pick, just sat on the couch with his family, and
I want to know who made that couch because that is a strong couch.
It's it, yeah. He is such a gargantuan human being.
Like he does. Apparently, he just loves fishing, and he's got very little. He seems like a proper.
He's just about the football.
Yeah, he's just in my spare time I go shooting and hunting and stuff, and then I turn up and I wrestle people.
Yeah,
He's basically going to be on that line for 20 years. It's going to be like a Whitworth.
Oh yeah,
definitely,
100%. He's.
You're not going to get no drama or no woo woo out of him. He's just going to be turn up, do my job, go fishing.
We'll look back on this draft in 5 years' time and go, yep, that was a fucking solid pick. That 5th-year option's been picked up and he's got his extra contract and he's been a Pro Bowler 4 times out of 5 years.
Yep.
So next one, Giants went with Malik Neighbours, which
I like that.
I like it. It's exciting. Titans, obviously, I think we all predicted they'd go offensive line. They get J.C. Latham. And then Atlanta just lost their fucking mind.
I was watching it, and about 5 minutes probably before the pick came up, there's Rappaport saying this could be Michael Penix, and the whole studio, all the people were like, nah, this can't be. This pick, I've listened to so many opinions on this pick.
They've basically turned Cousins' deal into a 2-year deal, haven't they?
Yeah.
And I get that. That's fine.
And they've said to him, look, we're going to pay you. You've got your guaranteed money. So you're our man for 2 years. Maybe 3. But what's Cousins, 34?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's my point. If you bring in Cousins at his age and pay him that much money, you are in a win now window. And Michael Penix Jr. doesn't help you win now.
No, but when you have got to move on. Like I think it's a strange pick. You know, I think you could have got him later. That's why I find it strange.
That's the thing. I don't mind the pick. I just don't like in the first round.
I don't like it.
Cousins was pissed, wasn't he? Proper pissed.
100%.
Yeah.
He's like, you brought me in, you've paid me all this money, and you've given me a new quarterback.
Yeah.
You know what the fuck are you doing?
And he's gonna feel pissed off. He's gonna feel.
I think he's a
extent.
sensitive man.
Yeah, and he is a sensitive man.
He can find comfort in his faith.
Yeah.
He's also coming off an injury. So his confidence. Yeah, you can pray for him. His confidence will be knocked. I don't get it.
I love Cousins as well. I don't know why.
Yeah, you're his biggest fucking fan
as well. I think he's a good quarterback, and he's going into a really good situation with the amount of weapons.
It's the first time he's had a bad injury, hasn't he? What happens if he fucking don't come back?
Then don't fucking give him $110 million.
Well, that's what I mean.
Yeah. So what? Like,
I find it strange that you just didn't take a quarterback, in the third round. Who was it Rattler? Went quite late. Why don't you take fucking Rattler?
Yeah.
Like just do that. That's sensible GMing. Take Rattler. That's what's weird.
Yeah.
They also had the pick. Like their weakest part of their team is on defense.
Yeah.
They had the pick of all the defensive players.
I believe I took a defensive player for the Falcons.
Well,
it would have been the sensible thing. Dallas Turner.
I took Turner, didn't I?
Yeah. They are screaming out for an edge rusher.
Yeah.
Take Jared Verse. Because
Versailles, apparently.
Versailles, is it? Okay.
Versailles, yeah.
Jared Versailles.
Not Versailles.
Versailles. Isn't that palace?
Yes. But yeah.
Like, you look at their next three picks and they're all next four picks and they're all defensive picks. So they know where the weakness is.
Yeah.
And yet they spend on somewhere where actually we're set there.
Yeah. And once again, you could have got Penix later because he does have an injury history. He's older, he's not like a 21-year-old.
No, he's 24.
24. I think if it's a 3-year thing, he could be 27, 28 by the time he's starting in the league.
Yep. Yeah, you've got other quarterbacks who are younger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, even if they're taking one of those, I still would be saying it's crazy, but all right. They've got a bit of time to develop. But he's 24. He's game ready. He's played the most games out of all those top quarterbacks, I think.
Yeah.
Really strange.
It's mad.
It's madness.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
But the Bears continue doing good things.
Yeah, Roma Dunze.
The Bears, yeah, brilliant.
But they thought he might have been gone, I suppose, or
Yeah.
I don't know,
like
sometimes the draft just falls into your lap, doesn't it? It's like when we do it as well. I'm like, when Paul's picking ahead of you, then you're just like, well, why are these players still on the board? They weren't in my reckoning pool. You've
really fucked me up there.
You've messed with my homework Jim did for me.
Yeah, but Roma Dunze, effectively, it's the thing they should have done 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Justin Fields must be pissed.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
You've binned me off, and you fucking brought in all this talent around fucking new quarterback.
And now I'm
fucking a return guy.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Also, I don't believe that. Why would you bring Cordell Patterson in to then make Justin Fields the return guy?
Shits and giggles.
I mean, that does sound fun.
Mike Tomlin, you just never fucking know.
I suppose. Especially with Arthur Smith.
He does not give a fuck.
Vikings get their guy, JJ McCarthy.
See, that's what I mean. Like, you take Penis Jr. and you can't even you don't even take McCarthy.
Yeah.
I think the Vikings, completely agree with you. I think the Vikings played it brilliantly, just sitting there and waiting for McCarthy. And they jumped up one place to go and get him.
Yeah.
And they kept their other pick in the 20s.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you get McCarthy, again, good quarterback. He's going to go straight in and play. And then
if they want him to.
Yeah.
He's another one of these quarterbacks who's hardly lost.
Yeah.
If you look at his record from high school.
He's Michigan, isn't he? It's... it's once again, he's a bit old, isn't he?
Yeah.
But he's ready. And they also, they have Darnold, who... I think he's got the year deal. He's there to if they couldn't have got McCarthy and it was someone they had to bed in, he was there. But yeah, no,
I think you might see some Darnold this year.
I reckon they'll start with Donald.
Yeah.
Won't be a bad thing.
No, and then as soon as he messes up, they'll go to McCarthy.
Yeah. But I mean,
he's in the best.
once again, the situation, you have the best receiver in football. You have the other guy whose name is it Flowers? No, that's Ravens. Who's the other bloke? Addison. It's we're all tired. So yeah, Hawkinson still.
Yeah, Hawkinson's still there,
and they've got Aaron Jones.
Good offensive line.
Aaron Jones at running back. Good offensive line, and
the defense isn't too bad either.
Yeah. No. I mean, yeah, we'll get into this.
I mean, yeah, when you look at all those first round quarterbacks, he's the one that's like, if anyone's going to go to the playoffs and have a playoff run, probably going to be him.
Yeah,
just based on the situation he's in.
I mean, the NFC North for a couple of years now has been an absolute basket case. It's when are the Packers going to win? And this year, like the Vikings, it's new, but it's interesting. The Bears, they've got a lot of change. I don't trust the head coach, but it's interesting. I really like what the Packers are doing. The Lions are the Lions. They are unorthodox, but they have just, won the division.
I mean, call it now. Who finishes top of this division?
Packers.
I'm going to go Lions again.
Dan Campbell's rah, rah, rah can only get you so far. I didn't mean for that to rhyme.
No.
I didn't even realise, yeah.
Honestly, you're not that creative this time of the evening.
My early outside pick is I think the Packers go to the Super Bowl.
I like Jordan Love.
I'm not convinced by Jordan Love. Still.
Oh, here he goes.
What?
It's this Hurts moment.
Yep.
No, I'm not convinced. I don't think he's a terrible quarterback. Don't get me wrong. I think he's better than Hurts when it comes to throwing the ball. But I'm not convinced by him still. I think he can be found out.
They put him on a clever contract as well.
They have put him on a clever contract. Yeah. Good GMing.
Yeah.
That'll be an interesting division.
It will be really well. Yeah. So the Jets get a Fashanu at tackle. Sensible pick.
Unlike the Jets,
he'll get a first front row seat as Aaron Rodgers gets crippled again.
For Fashanu's sake, I hope that doesn't happen because he's probably done something wrong.
No, because remember he didn't have, no one did anything wrong last year. Remember his body just gave in because he's a
wasn't a terrible offensive line in front of him.
No. But yeah, that does help. When you've got a 40-year-old quarterback. Hopefully, Olu Fashanu has no outside views about certain things like Rodgers.
Every conspiracy theory going.
Denver Broncos get a quarterback, Bo Nix.
Apparently the one they wanted.
Yeah.
They started saying they wanted someone else, didn't they?
It's the one I picked for R. Although I traded back and still got him.
Yeah.
I think I did better.
They went quite early, didn't they?
Yeah.
But
well, is it Bo Nix is the last of the quarterbacks taken? Because then I think it goes 165.
Didn't they say they were after JJ McCarthy instead, I think it was?
Yeah. 6 quarterbacks in the first.
They were trying to get other teams to move up and pick around them when actually they wanted Bo Nix because he looks like old
Breezy.
Like Zach Wilson. Have you not seen the picture? They're like mirror image of each other.
Oh, really?
Have you not seen it?
I've not seen it.
You must have seen it, Jim.
I haven't seen it, no.
Oh, they look exactly the same.
6 quarterbacks in the first 12 picks.
Which is a record, but then it was a record drought for the next pick. I think it was like 160 picks.
Which is kind of understandable.
Yeah. Raiders, they get Brock Bowers, the exciting tight end, which is annoying because I really like Brock Bowers.
Normally they're out of their mind when they do their drafting, but this one wasn't too bad.
I like their draft.
That was for Paul.
Yeah.
Their draft, yeah.
I like their overall draft. I really like. They got Jackson Powers Johnson in the second round. I think he could have been a first round pick. The biggest question mark is quarterback. Like they've got Gardner Minshew.
Yeah. Yes.
I don't know what this team's going to do.
No. I mean, I know what they're going to do. Suck.
Yeah.
But actually, the thing is, Gardner Minshew is fine. Like, if you compare Gardner Minshew's numbers to Trevor Lawrence,
They're very
Minshew
similar,
is better.
Yeah.
Oh, geez. Yeah, they are the same person.
Very nice.
I like the fact it just said Sean Payton has a type.
But yeah, I just don't, like, he has a ceiling, doesn't he, Gardner Minshew, and we've seen it.
It's a really good opportunity for him.
Yeah,
He's got a year to prove it. He is the number one quarterback in that room because what's the other Aidan O'Connell?
Aidan O'Connell.
Like realistically, he's now got.
I thought he did all right last year at the Colts.
I thought he did as well.
Yeah.
But this is like your year all the way through from pre-season all the way through to the end of the season. This is your opportunity.
Is he going to be this year's Baker?
Yeah, to prove you can do it.
Yeah.
Like Baker last year.
I think that's a great
Can he
comparison,
earn
yeah.
himself a
Yeah,
25 million contract at the end of
absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah.
You've got Adams, you've got Brock Bowers.
it? Build the defense, try and get yourself a quarterback
Yeah,
in the next couple of years.
yeah.
Can I secure it whilst the organisation rebuilds?
And there you
Can I
go.
be the
Can I
stopgap?
be the pleasant surprise?
Yeah.
Oh, actually, that's working. We'll stick with that, and then we'll carry on building
And
around
it
it.
Can I be the Geno Smith at the Seahawks?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I tell you, I'm on fire, boys.
From someone who said like before we started, it's like, oh, I'm not really sure I've got anything to contribute here. Doing really well.
Yeah.
Good job.
Well, yeah. I don't want to sound too patronising, but well done.
Done you.
Insightful, almost insightful.
But yeah, I think the difference is, like, yeah, he was great at the Colts last year, but he didn't expect to start the season. I think it's a different pressure from being the starter
Yep.
at the,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know. So yeah,
Absolutely.
this is the first time he's been the starter, and yeah. So the Saints get a tackle, which
Why
once
not?
again, why not? Because you've got issues with Ramczyk and Trevor Penning from a couple of years ago. Just is an absolute dickhead. The Colts get Latu, the edge.
Yeah,
He's the guy that retired, didn't he? And then came back.
that's right.
But he looks like
So he's ended up, based on talent, being the first defensive player to go,
Yep.
which we did not do in our draft.
no.
I think I took Dallas Turner.
I think most people had
Or it might have been Byron
Turner.
Murphy. I'm not sure which one I took. One of the two, but I took them first,
Yeah.
slightly earlier. But Latu, we were slightly more worried about this neck injury, weren't we?
Yeah.
Not worried, but we thought it dropped his value. So
So I think I took him, but I can't remember where I had him going. But
definitely later than that.
was definitely later than this.
later than that. Yeah, I think if it wasn't for that neck injury or that retirement that he did have, he probably would have been the top defensive player.
yeah,
I think some teams would have taken him off the board because it's just too big a risk. The Colts obviously thought, and actually to be fair, all the doctors gave him the sign of approval, whatever it is. So the Colts went with it, and it was a need they had.
and he does look fearsome, like a proper menace. Seattle take a tackle, Byron Murphy, aye. And then, yeah, the Vikings get with their second pick take Dallas Turner. So
The Vikings were happy with the way this first round
Yeah.
went. I think.
Vikings were very happy with how this first round went.
I mean, for all 31 other GMs that don't have to get a talking to from their owner like Arthur Blank did to the Falcons. Like, well done, guys.
Yeah, he literally was just like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Yeah, you can see him
that
like
wasn't a good look.
describing it.
Yeah.
like, and you're like,
Yeah. Jim, and we're saying we couldn't drop down to here to get him. We had to take him here, and you could see all the hand movements.
Yeah.
And everything.
and it's like, I mean, you could just in Arthur Blank's the back of his head, you could see him still saying, "I've just paid it 170 million for this guy." Like 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago, I paid him.
Why do I need this person?
Yeah,
How is that going to help us win before I die?
exactly.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, brutally so. Yeah,
Like, is somebody else going to enjoy that toy I just paid for? Like,
Yeah. But yeah, The Vikings. So the Vikings. I do worry that the Vikings defense is in for a bit of aggression. Like they've added some things, but they were quite good last year.
Yeah.
Like under
Flores.
But yeah, that does help. I think that'd be.
He's a
really
replacement for Daniil Hunter who left.
Yeah. They've already got Grenard, haven't they, as well, who is a stats monster.
Yep.
But yeah, I think it all helps.
Some of the best teams have deep. Edge rushing capability or defensive line capability, more so.
Once again, you can't get decent edge rushers in free agency.
Apart from Chase Young.
Well,
He's decent.
he's all right.
He's not exactly a stats monster. But yeah, does a job.
He does all right. If he was that good, he
Forrest
would.
Buckner went
Traded.
not for
Yeah.
much.
First round pick.
Needed more. He was my favourite player.
So, Bengals get Mims, an offensive tackle, help protect Burrow.
Like that. He's a project. They've got 2 good tackles already, and he can just sit and learn. He's another man mountain.
The Rams appear in the first round, which is nice. First time since Jared Goff. And
It's mad, isn't it?
it is 2016.
Nuts. And I really like the pick.
Yeah.
Well, they needed to with Donald gone.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I think the other, it's mentioned on the Around the NFL podcast, Jordan
Jordan Rodriguez.
sorry, I'm pronouncing that all wrong, wrote a really good series of articles on the Athletic called Finding Rams, which goes through the whole scouting process and how they choose players. And they chose this pod of players from Florida State, Jared Verse, and then the second round pick was Brandon Fisk, who had a really good chemistry at Florida State, and they're like, we'll just take both of them.
Yeah.
And they'll try and replace the production from Aaron Donald by just having 2 players that can come in and say, all right, we'll get that done.
Well, it's like when the Bengals took Jamar Chase to go with Burrows.
Yeah.
It was just they've got a connection, so let's just.
Roseman for years has been taking
Waddle and
Bulldogs,
Tua
hasn't
as
he?
well.
Yeah.
Waddle and Tua as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, Baltimore will take Alabama players all the time for similar reasons.
Yeah.
From a good school, but also, yeah, they've got that chemistry.
So Steelers, then, the Rams took Jared Versay. We didn't mention, but yeah,
I'm just going to call him Verse.
I'm going to call him Jared Verse. I'm going to call him Versay because that's his name.
Fucking name.
When does that ever matter on this podcast?
Because otherwise, it's not funny. The alternative. You give me a funny alternative. You can call him what you fucking want. I'm just going to say his name wrong for no fucking reason, and then tough shit, isn't it? Like when John wants to call fucking Carson Wentz, because he's pretending to be German.
I did used to have a client who was called Mr. Vents, and that's why that's
why that sticks.
So it's been I've known him for. Once again, I've not spoke to him.
It sounds like you're a male gigolo, John.
I've not spoke to him since 2011, so I don't know why it was in my head.
I used to have a client. Good tipper.
Yeah. Lovely man. Took me for dinner a few times. So the Steelers take a tackle. Troy Fatanu. He'll be hopefully trying to create some holes for Najee Harris. Well, he's not. It's going to be Jalen Warren for the next year. He's going to be their future one, is what the rumours are. Dolphins get Chop Robinson. So
we missed out in ours, and we did come back and say we fucked that up.
Yeah.
Pressure got to us.
Well, I took an offensive player for was I going to O-lineman, I think, for the Dolphins, and then we argued that I could have taken a D lineman.
That's
all it was.
I think both lines need fixing. I think the fact that Phillips and I can't remember who the other edge rusher is are all injured for the start of the season.
I think I took a good O lineman, but in this draft they were all gone.
Yeah.
That's half the problem as well. It's like, was it 23 offensive players out of 32?
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
crazy, really.
Eagles. Quinion Mitchell, the cornerback. They needed cornerback help. Effectively, they've been struggling in the secondary, especially last year when the Bradbury, Darius Slay deals look pretty bad.
Getting the best cornerback.
Yeah.
22.
Once again, when it falls, it's just like, admittedly, it's one of those things that, you wake up in the morning and Twitter's like, Roseman's a genius, or, and you're like, just no one else needed a cornerback. And or the only team that probably could do with a cornerback went fucking mad and signed Michael Penix instead. But yeah, like, we won't get into the Roseman stuff. Jags take a wide receiver, Brian Thomas. I like the pick.
I like the pick, but I still think they could use help on the defense.
Yeah,
I've got real issues with the Jags this year.
I'm
going after the Jags this year.
Oh, really?
I'm going after Trevor Lawrence.
In his camp.
In whose camp? I don't have any.
Joining me in the anti-Jags.
John doesn't like the Jags.
I'm not against the Jags as an organisation, but
you're out the club.
It's not necessarily that. It's like I say, I just think that it's a bit like Herbert. I think Trevor Lawrence has now got to deliver.
Yeah,
Herbert needs to deliver. I don't think Trevor Lawrence has done that much. I think last year he looked poor. I don't think he's progressing. I don't think his passing's getting any better. I don't think he's making better decisions. And he's got good coaching. And he has had good people around him.
I would definitely agree that last year wasn't as good as the year before.
I don't think any of the years have been that
The
good.
year before he was playing very well.
He played well in fits and starts. I don't know. He turns the ball over too much. And that hasn't changed.
He's not had that many good weapons around him. Like, I don't think he's had a genuine number one wide receiver. If you gave Trevor Lawrence, Jamar Chase, and T. Higgins...
Didn't they pay Christian Kirk loads of money?
They paid him loads of money. It doesn't mean he's a number one wide receiver. I don't think anyone would say Christian Kirk is a number one, a legitimate...
Are we having that argument again, that we have loads of twos and we don't put anyone in the number one slot? We're not having that argument again, are we?
We are having that argument, yeah.
If you pay a wide receiver $20 million a year, then he's a wide receiver one.
Well, they paid... They also had Calvin Ridley, didn't they?
And Calvin Ridley, yeah.
And where are they?
You wouldn't bet against him.
Where's Calvin Ridley? He's earning $22 million at the Titans.
Yeah.
And we're arguing about whether he's a number 2 or number 3. Because the Titans have gone out and got DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah, but for the Titans, it's a gamble worth taking.
No, I'm fine with that.
With a rookie.
But yeah, Brian Thomas has got to come in and be a genuine wide receiver one.
Yeah. Trevor Lawrence, I'm all over him this year.
Good. Because I went...
So you know, Trev, watch out, I'm coming for you.
I went big. I predicted Trevor Lawrence would be my MVP this time last year. And
Won't be doing it this year.
Won't be doing it now because he's let me down. He let me down. Then we went to watch him live. And
Trevor Lawrence is my Hurts.
And he fucking bored the shit out of me because all he did was hand it off. You're like, mate, you're good. Throw the fucking ball. No, didn't do it. He's boring. Lions get Terry and Arnold, cornerback.
Yes, great pick.
Filling need. So much so that I think their next court pick was also a quarterback.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
Yep. So, I don't like the roster is not stacked, but there's no.
I don't think there's loads of big weaknesses on that Lions roster now.
I'd say maybe depth at wide receiver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
outside of St. Brown.
Yeah.
You'd like a few more wide receiver twos, would you?
I'd like Jameson Williams to step up and be a proper wide receiver, not a gadget player.
He spent quite a bit of time at running back as well, didn't he?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I think he's a big year for him.
Yeah. Tight end maybe is a bit of a hole.
They should have been after Debo.
Yeah.
Why didn't they come after Debo with something?
Well, I think the reason they didn't is because Jameson Williams fills that Debo type role.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah. I quite like another edge rusher. There's a lot of pressure on Hutchinson.
Yeah, opposite.
But
one injury and
your
defense becomes shit again.
But yeah, I'd say West guys. I like the Arnold pick. I think that's nice.
Yeah, I do as well.
Packers get Jordan Morgan, tackle.
Yeah.
Help protecting their elite quarterback.
And replacing the retiring.
Bakhtiari. The Bucks get a centre, Graham Barton. And once again, they've
Barnes, who you took for the Dolphins, by the way.
I did. Yeah, there you go.
nice.
I think-
Good memory.
Yeah, I think I like the pick. I like Barton.
Yeah, I think he'll play guard, won't he?
I think that's fine. Yeah, he'll shift inside to guard. I think that they probably would have liked one of those edge rushers to drop down to them, Jared Verse, Latu, or Dallas Turner, because I think that'd be I think that's their biggest need.
That was unlikely, though, wasn't it? Someone was going to take a defensive player.
Yeah,
by
I think
20.
one of the three.
26.
One of the three that could have dropped down to them.
Yeah. So then the Cardinals with their second pick, which is the one they got from Houston, they get Robinson, defensive end. I mean, it's the Cardinals.
Yeah.
They just need players. They just need good players.
Answer me this though: who is the next pass catcher behind Marvin Harrison for the Cardinals?
I don't know because they traded away even Rondell Moore.
Yeah. Probably Greg Dortch or the tight end Trey McBride.
Oh fucking hell! Because what's his face is gone as well, isn't he? The tight end.
Zach Ertz is gone.
Zach Ertz went.
And they got rid of what's his face? He went to the Chiefs.
Yep. Yeah.
Marquise. No.
Yeah, Hollywood Brown. Marquise Brown.
Yeah. God, that was hard work.
Yeah.
So, look, I probably wouldn't agree. If they would have taken 2 wide receivers in the first round, there'd probably be a lot more questions, but I kind of think that wouldn't be terrible.
Yeah.
Because that's a lot of pressure on Marvin Harrison, who's, he's probably the best player in the draft. But a rookie going in there with all that pressure, that's just a bit of a risk.
It is. But yeah, like I imagine with a defensive coach, as they've got, it's they just need some help. Apparently, yeah. So yeah, Kansas move up. They get. I mean, it seemed one of the most obvious picks in the draft, almost. Even if Xavier Worthy, the speedster, John Ross the second,
or Tyreek.
Yeah, or Tyreek. Yeah,
It is a bit unfair to just because he ran fast. We call him John Ross the second.
You've got to work out if you can make him run fast in a zigzag rather than run fast in a straight line. That's the key, isn't it?
I think the key is, can he fucking catch?
Because who was the one who went to the Patriots who could fucking
Brandon
run
Cooks.
really fast? No, the big guy.
And kill Harry.
Yeah.
So it's whether he's in Kill Harry or whether he can actually turn.
Yeah.
That is the key.
That was the slight against DK Metcalf as well, wasn't it?
But
And
he
so,
learned,
and
didn't
he so yeah.
The worst thing about this pick, and it's not on the Chiefs, is that the Bills traded away out of that pick.
Yeah. They traded away twice, didn't they?
And they've got nothing at that point. They had nothing a wide receiver, and then they give their biggest rivals in the AFC the one thing they really wanted, which is a Tyreek
Just to trade back to get
replacement.
a worse one.
Keon Coleman.
Yeah.
Who, solid player, but I'd probably take Worthy over Coleman.
Yeah.
Last time,
Got a lot of similar wide receivers now, the Bills.
Yeah.
the last time the Bills traded with the Chiefs in the first round, Chiefs took Mahomes.
Oh well. So
Just saying.
Cowboys, they take tackle Tyler Guyton. I think we had
Safe pick.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they need a lot of
similar.
work on the O line.
I think, no, Guyton missed out in our pick.
He did.
He was one of the other players we said could go.
Yeah.
I can't remember who we had instead, but I'm sure we went.
I'm sure it was another. It
was-
might have been Mims.
Might have been Mims.
It
Yeah.
just depends on how our draft went.
Ravens take Wiggins, quarterback. Once again,
Very Ravens.
very Ravensy. Niners take Ricky Pearsall, wide receiver.
Who didn't go in ours.
No. We did mention that he was someone who could go.
Yeah, I think.
I don't think any of us would have penned the Niners to take a wide receiver, though.
No.
Well, not without trading one of the others.
Yeah.
So, bit of a strange one. I'd have liked a cornerback, but
I would have liked a cornerback as well. Or an offensive lineman.
yeah.
I mean, I guess at this point, all the top offensive linemen, most of the top offensive linemen have gone.
But Cooper
Yeah.
DeJean was there.
Cooper DeJean was there. I would have been okay with that.
And Kool-Aid McKinstry was there. So I'm not sold on that one.
I'm not either. I want to see what he's like. If he turns out to be brilliant, we'll shut up.
Well, yeah, just be mad, wouldn't it?
But, there's now a lot of mouths to feed on the 49ers offense with Ayuk, Samuel, Kittle, Jennings, McCaffrey, who's going to take passes, and now you add in Ricky Purcell. That could it could go one or two ways, right? It could be really explosive, and we could have an amazing offense.
Could give us a lot of options next year.
Yeah, and it gives you a lot. And he is a slightly different wide receiver to the others, so it gives us a different option. And he has got an absolutely amazing highlight catch.
Yeah.
Have a look at that. I'm not sure. I think this is probably one of the picks where it really is going to be like time will tell if this is a.
Yeah.
I think as though it's always our secondary.
Yeah.
Like for me, it's always been our secondary the last few years that is just not quite stacked up against the rest of the team. So just a lot of people really big on Kool-Aid, wouldn't they? And Cooper DeJean. A lot of people think Cooper DeJean might become a safety.
Yeah.
So there is that concern. But Kool-Aid McKinstry, why would you not take him? I don't know.
Yeah.
Strange one for me.
Then the Panthers trade back into the first round and get Xavier Legette, who, admittedly, when you hear him talk, you realise that guy is Carolina through and through. Just the most bizarre, brilliant accent. But yeah.
We had him just outside the first round, to be fair. So no dramas with that one, really, I don't think.
I think because none of us had the Panthers going back into the first round, seemed to be... It was from the start, the Jet was going to the Panthers. Like, he's a Carolina native, But yeah, none of us had him going.
You've got to call him Leggett. He's a fucking wide receiver.
Yeah.
not Leggett. It's fucking Leggett.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, he's,
Xavier, Leggett.
We'll go with that.
I want you to say it in that tone as well.
Leggett.
Xavier, Leggett. Every time, John.
Okay, I'll try and remember that. So...
when he does nothing with Bryce Young throwing him the ball,
Go long, Leggett.
The Buffalo Bills, their first pick, take Keon Coleman, who I loved for a couple of days, and then I don't need to see him do that fucking interview about Tiger shouldn't, or whatever it is. I love Keon Coleman. He's such a likable person, but just calm down, guys.
You had Chris Braswell going as well. Was
Paul.
that your brother? He
Yeah.
went 57th in the end.
Yeah.
to the Bucks, right?
To the Bucks, yeah. So bit of a reaching as,
Yeah.
but still decent.
Not as big a reach as Joe Milton the third.
No. So me and
You
Jim
had Jackson Powers Johnson going, didn't you?
Yeah.
So you took him, didn't you, in the first round? He went 44 to the Raiders. Just having a look at some of the ones we took.
Like I say, I think the Raiders. I think that's a really good pick for the Raiders.
Yeah.
I think that would have been a good pick for anyone because I think he's a quality. He could be a quality player.
One of my favourite picks of the whole thing was, admittedly, in the second round, Atlanta get Rook no, which is just the noise that Scooby Doo makes. And then the next one is Jazan Newton. Like, it would just at this point, I was like, I'm getting. I think me and you were texting at this point. I was like, this is fucking bizarre. I think the next bloke came out and went, guys, my sister just died. And you're like, for fuck's sake.
Say this, I'm out.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. So, Kool-Aid McKinstry, Cooper DeJean, like the cornerbacks.
I know you didn't want to talk about Harry Rhodes, but
really good.
Let's talk about the Eagles in general. Secondary, they were the most passed on team in the league, and they've gone out and got probably the best cornerback probably the best two cornerbacks. To your point, Gary, he is probably going to move to safety. Yeah, that's the area of weakness.
He's also going to return kicks, Cooper DeJean.
Yeah. He did as well. He's fucking quick.
Well, yeah. So
I don't really understand why we've done that.
As well, they've also
I just don't get it.
I agree. I'm with you. I don't get it.
I always like the legacy pick and getting Trotter Jr. as well. the linebacker. You know, where
John Lynch does some really good things. Like
Yeah.
the McCaffrey trade was a great trade, yeah.
I think
But
he's
then,
yeah.
I don't think he's been draft great. You know, he's done okay. Mike McGlinchey was average.
Average, yeah.
Trey Lance was a fucking disaster.
Disaster.
Yeah.
I agree with you there.
Cost us fucking loads.
is
Kittle weren't bad.
is the thing though that he it's not just like it's not John Lynch,
I think Carl
Shanahan.
Shanahan.
Carl Shanahan, like, and I think around the NFL one about it, like Shanahan stood on a table shouting at them
For a running back.
running back
I can't remember
who never
the
didn't
running-
even last the year.
It was in the third round.
Yeah.
I remember that article by Peter King.
And like Jim Lynch, Jim Lynch, John Lynch, I think he does a lot of good stuff, but I think he has to also.
Shanahan's got the power.
Shanahan has so much power,
100%. Yeah.
and sometimes I think his selection process is a little
Flawed.
off.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I think we tend to do better in the later rounds than we do in the.
Yeah, we've had some real
first round.
success, haven't we? You know?
Exactly. Like Fred Warner.
Yeah.
Like Kittle.
Yeah.
Even Lenoir, the cornerback.
Yeah.
For a late round pick, actually decent.
Yeah,
decent
last
player.
year he was good because
Yeah,
the
first year he was
first year was
terrible.
awful. But that's what cornerbacks do. The
Yeah.
cornerbacks are bad.
Hufunga, great pick
Yeah.
as well. Like
Yeah,
Yeah. So, like I say, it's not all bad. I just think we just need to go for some more sure things in the first round. Like, stop pissing around with it.
Yeah.
Just
seem
go
to
for
try.
a
They
fucking-
seem to try and get too. I feel like they try and get too clever.
too
clever.
cute. Yeah,
Yeah.
Take the
Yeah,
fucking,
yeah.
Just take the best player. Just
Yeah.
fucking, like, I don't know why you wouldn't have taken the cornerback.
Yeah, I actually completely agree with
yeah.
you.
No, I do agree with you there.
Got Brandon Ayuk, Debo Samuel, and fucking Christian McCaffrey.
And
Tell you
Kittle.
what I need.
I need another
I
pass
need a
catcher.
fucking wide receiver.
Yeah. Any later picks that you sort of?
Did we find out Milton's actual? We still
Oh,
don't.
I can tell you.
Well, 6th round, but
Yeah, but I want to know which one. I'm nearly there.
well, you keep going. The Bears only have
193.
So yeah, 170th. 100 like
190
yeah,
difference.
yeah, 190 difference.
Paul Pickett
170
number
something
Yeah.
since the like. I mean, Spencer Rattler just won before, but yeah.
He
Since
picked him third, didn't he, Paul?
yes,
yes,
yeah, that was a real curveball, even for Paul.
yeah.
Bears taking a punter in the 4th round as well.
Fucking never works. Never works.
I really liked everything they were doing, and they had to take a punter in the 4th round.
Such a like Bill Belichick style thing.
Obviously, it
innit?
was the year the Dolphins had their 3rd round forfeited for the
Yes.
the Brady tampering, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Was it the Brady tampering this year? Was it
No,
still for
no, that was
Oh,
that was the year before when they lost their first round.
Right.
This year was something to do with last year's draft. I can't remember exactly what it was, but yeah,
Old Dolphins, eh?
yeah, always cheating.
I like the Giants pick of Tyler Nubin. The
Yep,
safety in the
like
second
him.
round.
Like him.
Obviously, area of need.
Yeah, with,
And where you're drafting in the 1st round, absolutely right not to pick
yeah,
a safety there. And then doubling down in the 3rd round, getting Andre Phillips, the cornerback from Kentucky.
yeah.
I still think you're weak.
We're still
on the
weak.
backfield, but
And if Jonathan Brooks is fit for the Panthers, that will help a lot.
Yes,
Because he was 1st round talent before he got injured.
yeah. No, I
absolutely was. I completely agree with you.
it's just a shame he's at the Panthers.
Yeah,
'Cause
I just can't.
he's a really
Someone's got to
exciting
run
guy.
the ball, don't they?
Yeah.
Someone has got, but looking at the entire team, I think the Panthers might be picking first again.
Yeah, same.
Or not.
Yeah. Well, we'll leave it there because we've gone an hour, and it's not like it's the other day. People have had time to digest the draft, but we'll take a break because we're going to have a few weeks off because we've got jobs and lives.
Apparently, we're going to do a whole show about Justin Herbert.
Just Herbert. You should because we've been
Should we
threatening
do a
it.
quarterback show?
You should do a
So I
quarterback.
think we should pick a use it or lose it
Yeah,
quarterback.
we'll work it out.
Use that talent or fucking lose your contract.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, there's a few in there.
There's
So who we got? So we got Herbert,
Lawrence,
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 Dak,
Dak.
Dak,
Kirk now.
Tua.
Tua.
Not Kirk. He's just got 100 million guaranteed, mate. Fucking only 2 years, but it'll do.
Yeah.
I think there's maybe not the
Purdy?
quarterback. No, I don't think that's a nailed on. He's staying there.
Goff.
Jones.
Goff.
Jones is second rate, but what do the Seahawks? What do the
Goff has to be paid after this year, doesn't he?
What do the Seahawks do at quarterback as well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So sounds like we've got a.
There we go.
Got the elements of a show. But yeah, we're going to have some time off. Just enjoy some time not talking about football by going to the pub and talking about football. But yeah, we'll leave you there. But we'll see you soon. We'll see you in a few weeks. And until then, yeah, enjoy downtime because nothing happens at this time of year. But yeah, we'll see you then.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers. Bye.